Hello ML.NET world. Okay, so in this video we will build a simple ML.NET application in C#, and the code in the accompanying Visual Studio project that I'm going to build demonstrates the simplest of ML.NET application. And this example constructs a linear regression model to predict house prices using a house size and price data. And this example is built upon Microsoft documentation whose URL will be in the description of this video. Now, before switching over to Visual Studio to walk you through the actual code hands-on, I would like to discuss the basic mathematical concepts and the logic around which this linear regression application is built. So please watch from the, for the concepts first and understand it, and then move over to the Visual Studio, and you need to watch this video from start to finish to get the best out of it. Okay, let's quickly review the code workflow. The first step was to collect and load training data into an iDataView object, and then specify a pipeline of operations to extract features and apply a machine learning algorithm. And thirdly, to train a model by calling the fit method on the pipeline, and then evaluate the model and iterate to improve, and save the model into a binary format for use in an application, and load the model back into an iTransformer object and make predictions by calling the create prediction engine.predict method. Now, this is actually the figure, so that will help you to visualize the thing. So in this step, we have collected and loaded the data, and then created the pipeline, and then trained the model with the fit method, and then improved the model, and then collected the data. And this was 1000 or 100 iteration we have done before it was actually saved as an iTransformer object, save model. And then we have used this model. For using this model, again it was loaded into an iTransformer object, and then we called the create prediction engine .predict method to make predictions. So that's in a nutshell, but we'll further discuss the model in a coordinate geometry way shortly. Now, in this basic model, you can see that house price is plotted on the y-axis against the house size, which is on the x-axis. So y is a function, this house price is a function of the house size. So house price is here, it's in the hundred thousands of dollars, as I said, and house size is thousands of square feet. So here, this is house price is a function of the house size, and this is the intercept on the house price axis, or the y coordinate, or the dependent axis. So in the most basic model, it is a two-dimensional linear regression where one continuous quantity is proportional to another. So that means, here house price is proportional to house size with an intercept. So, and this is the slope, which is the y by x, okay, on this tangent. So these are the data points. This is the pair of house price and house size, and a linear curve is fitted, the most approximate fit through this all these points, and then the model is simply price, which is on the y-axis, is equal to slope, which is w, into size on the x-axis plus b, intercept on the y-axis. Now, parameters b and w are estimated by fitting a line on a set of size price pairs, okay, like this again. So this is this has got every point on this graph has got a y coordinate, a house price has got and a house size. So the most nearest fit will be a straight line which passes like this, and the data used to find the parameters of the model is called the training data, and the inputs of a machine learning model are called features. In this example, size is the only feature which is on the x-axis, and this is the independent parameter or feature, and the ground truth values used to train a machine learning model are called labels. Here the price values in the training data set are labels. So I have got the Visual Studio 2019 in front of me, and I will create a new project, and this will be of ASP.NET Core. Okay, so console app.NET Core, and the next will be, I'll have to rename it. Now I'll rename it Hello ML.NET. Okay, right, and then click on create. It will take a wee while to create this project, as you are aware. So this ASP.NET Core project is created with the static void main console.writeLine. I will get rid of this part. All right, and then start coding one by one line. Okay, and my coding will be in the program class. Okay, main program. The main code. So please follow this tutorial from end to end and have patience, and please subscribe to the channel and put your opinion and press the bell icon to get all the updates in this playlist that I'm going to upload. Okay, so let's right click this project node and manage NuGet packages, and I'll have to add a NuGet package. I'll have to browse. None of the packages are installed. So again, please go through this tutorial from start till finish to understand it thoroughly. Thank you. So this is Microsoft.ml. This is the NuGet package I need to install, and click on install. I'll come back again. So this license acceptance terms and condition comes, and I'll click on accept. So I have got this package installed successfully. Come back to program.cs. Now I will create two classes within this program class. I could have done it in a separate class file, but for simplicity's sake, just to quickly explain to you the of machine learning, the simplest model I have chosen, and I have copied it on my clipboard to save time. And I've created this public class house data, which has got two public properties, size and price, house size and house size, which are float type. Right. Now I'll have to create a public class prediction, for which the code is on my clipboard, and I paste this code. So it is telling that type of namespace column name attribute is not there. So I'll click for the potential fixes, the bulb icon again, and I have to use a namespace using Microsoft.ml.data. Right. So at this stage, if I build this application, Ctrl+Shift+B, it should build. So build succeeded. The next step is, now I'll create a machine learning context, ML context. So for this ML context, the potential fixes that I have to include Microsoft.ml namespace. So this is machine learning context. It is similar to our DB context that we are used to in Entity Framework, and this is the common context for all ML.NET operations. If I read, once instantiated by the user, it provides a way to create components for data preparation, feature engineering, training, prediction, and model evaluation. These are the basic steps in a machine learning application. Okay, it also allows for logging, execution, control, and ability to set repeatable random numbers. Right. So the next step is, usually to create a training data or import a training data. In this case, this is a small application, simple application. So I have created this training data. So this is, you can get rid of this import part, created a training data with the house data. So I have created a house data array. So new house data is, and I have passed in the size and price, which are both of float type, as you can see from here. Now this size, house size, represents 1.1 or 1.9 times 1000, 1000 square feet. Okay, so multiplier is 1000 square feet, and price is, actual price is 1.2 times $1,000. So if it is 1.2, it represents 101.2 thousand. Okay, so 1.2 into 100,000, right? So the price is 1.2 times 100,000, whatever be the amount, that has to be multiplied by 100,000. So this is 300,000. 370,000. Okay, 3.7 multiplied by 1,000. Okay, so that's how it goes. Now I'll soon explain it further. So if it is 2.3, it means 2,300. Okay, so into 100,000, 2.3 into 100. So sorry, it is actually 230,000. 230,000, or this is 370,000. 370,000. Okay, right. So let's get over this. Now, next step is to declare a data view object. So iDataView. Now, what is this iDataView is? This is the input and output of query operators. This is the fundamental data pipeline type. Okay, this is the training data. I call this training data, and this comes from the ML context dot data loading and saving dot load from enumerable. Load from enumerable. This is the method that is actually and it is getting that house data array, the house data, to give you the return a training data which is of iDataView type. Okay, so the next one is, now I have to do some and create a model training pipeline and do some data preparation. Okay, so for that I have the code. So I have this code. So variable pipeline, again using the ML context object dot transforms. This is the data processing operation. It returns a transforms catalog type of class type and concatenate. So it creates it concatenates one or more input columns into a new output column. So one or more input column means the one column is feature, and this feature is here we have got only because it is containing one feature only, the house size. So, and the dependent upon the house size is the house price. So price is a function of size. Okay, and then append. What does this append function do? Append creates a new estimator chain. This append function creates a new estimator chain by appending another estimator to the end of the estimator. It is just like a sort of middleware pipeline, as you have seen in those who have seen my ASP.NET Core tutorials. It's creating a pipeline for model training. Okay, and then ML context dot regression, trainers and task specifics to regression problems dot trainers and dot SDCA. SDCA is an algorithm. It is used for this linear regression. Okay, so this, as you can read from the in this mouse over, creates Microsoft.ml.trainers.SDCA regression trainer. So this is actually Microsoft has incorporated ML.NET in such a manner that all you need to do is to call the right algorithms at the right time. Okay, that will understand slowly. Don't overthink about this too much if you don't understand, but probably this will be understood at a later stage if you are not able to understand. And we have only just one label column name, that is price, which we will see will be plotted on the y coordinate with the features on the x coordinate. So price will be a function of the feature, which is size, and we'll train the model for a maximum number of iterations of 100 iterations, right? The next step is to train the model, for which it is having a fit method, pipeline.fit. So in the previous step, we have created a training pipeline or a model, and now we'll have to train this model with this fit method, okay, and passing the training data, which was in the iDataView type. Okay, so this fit is train and return a transformer. Transformer means, type of operation which is done on the input data to give you an output, trained data. Okay. Now that we have trained the model in this step, it is the time for the model to give a prediction, to make a prediction. This is the output. So here I declare the size variable as new house data, and I give it a size 2.5f. Remember what was the size? This has to be multiplied by 1000 square feet. So 2500 square feet. For that size of house, what will be the price predicted? So that will come from this line. So var price equals, again, ml context dot model, okay, operation with trained models dot create prediction engine. This method, to this method we are passing the house data and the prediction classes, and this is operating on this model. Model was declared over here. This is the trained model, okay, and then we'll call the predict. On this prediction engine, we'll call the predict method and pass the size, and then this output will give you the predicted price for this size. The input size, that is 2.5 times 1000, 2500 is this square feet. So this is the price dot price is the actually the prediction dot price. Okay, so if you get rid of this, if you just put a backspace and then click on dot, you will see that it will give you that price. Okay, so now if you run this application, what would you expect? Now it comes up with a predicted price for this size 2500 square feet. It is $276.35K. So every time you run this application, it will come up with something different, not exactly the same, because it comes from the prediction engine. Okay, 275.55 with a subtle difference between the two. So